Good morning. I'll see you several times during the day. We have a very intense agenda. Today I will highlight now only 2 points of our day with the ministers. One is Libya. I've invited the UN Special Envoy Salame to join us via video conference to update us on the political work he's doing to try to overcome the crisis in the country. I believe it's essential that the European Union and all its member states continue to focus on the situation in Libya, on the Mediterranean in general, and it will be another opportunity after a few months to come back on the issue, not only from a migration point of view, which is currently and constantly on our agenda, but also on how we can support more and better the UN on solving the crisis in Libya. And then, as you know, we'll host President Abbas after the visit of Prime Minister Netanyahu in December to the Foreign Affairs Council. We'll discuss with him the ways in which the European Union can support the restart of a process. As you might know, at the end of the month, we'll host also here in Brussels an extraordinary meeting of the Ad Hoc Liaison Committee for supporting the creation of 2 states. So we'll have a discussion first with the ministers of the 28 member states alone, and then with the President on how the European Union can increase its work in support of the 2-state solution.
High Representative, you are talking about supporting a 2-state solution. How can you do this while Mr. Abbas is not recognized anymore the American as a main player and has a problem with Jerusalem?
Clearly there is a problem with Jerusalem. I would say this is a very diplomatic euphemism, and we Europeans, as well as all the Arab world and the United Nations system as such, still continue to believe that the only pragmatic, realistic solution for Jerusalem has to come through direct negotiations and has to be the capital of 2 states. We will continue to work to support an international framework to accompany direct negotiations. We've been engaged with our American friends through the Quartet. You know that Quartet Envoy meeting has taken place in the last days, and I take this as a very positive sign. We're discussing with the United States, with Russia, with the United Nations, and first and foremost with Israel and Palestine, and with our Arab friends, Jordan, Egypt, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, the Arab League, on how we can help this international framework to continue to support, or rather to support, a restart of negotiations. We have been closely in touch, in particular with Jordan, as it is conducting the leading role in the Arab League ministerial format on this issue of the Middle East peace process. And we've discussed of a next invitation to the representatives of the Arab League, probably in February Foreign Affairs Council, to discuss together how the Arab League and the European Union can further support this process. I'm afraid I will have to meet you again in a couple of hours. I'll come back to welcome President Abbas. Thanks.